name's Toby Harris and I'm 17.
I know you should travel to college by train, so if you could change one thing about trains, what would it be and why?
I would say less money, the cost of the train ticket, because it's quite expensive to go to one place.
Have you had any problems whilst travelling to college?
Yeah, sometimes the trains are usually cancelled, and then that makes other trains cancelled, and it's just a long line of waiting a long time to get your train.
How much do you spend on average on train tickets a week?
About £25 to £27.
What price do you think would be fair, like coming from where you do to get to college?
I would say, I like it to be at least £3.30 or something like that.
Is the trains normally hygienic?
No, sometimes you get a clean space, but usually it's a lot of rubbish and sometimes it smells.
Have you ever had any problems with the people that check your tickets?
No, never had a problem with them. They've all been pretty nice good people.
Has your train ever turned up late and made you late for college?
No, it hasn't. As luck will have it, I usually walk quite fast, so I usually get to college on time. But it has been a few times the trains have been quite late and we had to rush to college.
Do you think there should be a student discount?
Yes, I think they should, because students obviously travel a lot and trains are usually the number one thing they use, so I would say we should have a good discount for trains.
What are 3 advantages of taking the train?
3 advantages, the trains are fast, so you get there in good timing. They're usually reliable and you're guaranteed a space to sit down.
What are 3 disadvantages of taking
Disadvantages,
the train?
Sometimes they cancel, which makes a lot of things difficult. It's expensive, and sometimes you do get pretty dirty areas where you have to sit down.
What is your name and how old are you?
My name's Josh Parrick and I'm 18 years old.
I know you travel to college by train, so if you could change one thing about the trains, what would it be and why?
I guess it'd be the prices of train tickets because they're mad expensive.
What price do you think train tickets should be and why?
I think from where I live they should be about £1.50 to Gillingham because it's like 4 minutes on a train. Last Saturday someone wouldn't let me through the barriers because they didn't believe that I was who I said I was.
Taking the train.
They're fast, they go to a lot of destinations and they're just easy.
What are 3 disadvantages of taking a train?
They're expensive, the times they run are very weird, and then I don't know, I guess the hygiene on the train, like there's always rubbish everywhere and the toilets aren't very hygienic at all.
What are you?
My name's Liam, I am 17 years old.
I know you travel to college by bus, so if you change one thing about the buses, what would it be and why?
I think it would have to be the timing and how frequent they appear, because I feel like the times they have currently for the buses, they're at really obscure times, like 5 minutes past the hour, 20 minutes past the hour. I feel like they don't give enough time. There's too much of a gap, and that brings my second point. They need to be more frequent, because if you miss one bus, then you could be late, even though you got the next bus in time. I think they should nothing too overboard. I mean, the route I take has 4 buses around the hour, so it's not too bad. But at the same time, they're all 15 minutes apart. I feel like that 15 minutes is just a bit too big of a gap, especially if you miss one, so you have to then wait 15 minutes for the next one. On a week, I buy a day ticket, which is £6 currently. So at the end, in a whole week, because I only attend 3 days, I spend 18 quid a week.
Do you think the return tickets should be cheaper than the day tickets?
I think they should, especially in the return from here to where I go, because it's actually the reason why I get day ticket is because it's actually cheaper. I get more value for my money by getting a day ticket and being able to go anywhere I want. Contrast to me just getting here and a return back.
What prices would you like them to be?
I understand that, cost of travel and everything, the reason why bus prices are quite high is because that's just the cost of travel nowadays. But see, the thing is, I think that they're getting a bit too, I guess, a bit too pushy with it. I think they're really, stretching it for what it actually is. As I just said, a return is £7 to get me from where I am to college and back again. I feel like that's a bit excessive, especially for what it is. I would say I would move it back down to at least, I don't know, I think maybe £5. But there was a one time when I got on the bus and I showed my day ticket and I went to walk off and he said, "Oh, hey, a minute, you need to show me it." And I'm like, "Alright, okay." So I went and grabbed it, showed it to him again. He said, "Well, give it here then." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm holding it like this, and it's like a read down, and I'm like, you can clearly see it. I wasn't blocking the data or anything, And he really wanted me to pass it over. I don't know. He's the only bus driver that's done it with me. That's why I don't really think bus drivers are that bad. It was just this one of them.
Has your bus ever turned up late that has also made you late for college?
When does it come early? I think that's a better question. It's in the morning at rush hour, so I guess it's excusable, but they can't then go and advertise that their buses are on time when they're not. If it's on time, that's considered it being early for me. It's a godsend.
Do you think there should be a student discount to help students get to college?
Most definitely, because one of the main struggles that students have are finances.
Do you think buses are hygienic enough?
For the most part, I would say yes, but it's not uncommon that you would find rubbish on the buses.
Any problems with other customers on the bus?
I've had more problems than I have with other people on the bus than I have with the bus driver themselves. I won't go into too much detail, but there are obviously a lot of people quite rude. Some people just expect you to wait while they go forward, and
What are 3 advantages of taking the bus?
Advantages of taking a bus, obviously it gets you there faster than walking, and if you live quite far away like I do, it would be an hour and 40-minute walk. That's something I just can't do, so obviously I need to take the bus. So the advantage of buses, it can get you from one side of the town to the other.
What are 3 disadvantages of taking the bus?
Well, one of the problems is prices, obviously. Bring more money than you need to. It's probably going to be more than you think it is, even if it's just a trip up the shop, just because that's how buses are nowadays. Obviously, the timings, lateness, the fact there's not many buses on the routes, that's also a big problem. That could probably be worked on. And I think a big problem is just people on buses. Obviously, I'd hate to say, but you're going out with people. If you socialise, you see new people every day. But, a big problem is the attitude on buses.
If it was possible, do you think there should be some sort of bus that only takes students to college?
I actually think that would be a good idea, especially if it was funded by the college. But
if the buses were down for a whole day, would you be able to get into college?
No, I wouldn't.